over the line, looking for help, rolled it in front. Secord, a shot, hit the side of the net. Now the Oilers on the counterattack, but a lead stolen by O'Callahan at his own line. Leading Al Secord. Secord moving ahead, but forgot something, the puck. Now Bob Murray cleared it to Secord. He's bumped along the boards, and it came free to Huddy. Charlie Huddy to the line, shoots one, and a save by Bannerman. Rebound to Olczyk. 45 seconds left on the coincidental penalties as Olczyk carries it over the Oiler line. Moving into the corner against Huddy. He's tied up there. Now dug out by Troy Murray. Then he lost it to Yeri Curry. Curry ahead to Gretzky, but he was offside on the play.
Tom Lysiak with a pass into Al Secord. Secord's quick shot from a bad angle, and I think it caught a corner of the post and then deflected in behind the net.
Face off here at center ice. Here's the draw to DuPont in his own end. Jerome DuPont gave it to Jack O'Callahan. He scoops it to the Oiler line. Fogelin lost it to Secord. He centered one. That hit somebody in front. Now Secord into the corner. He tries to throw it in front again. The pass didn't get through. O'Callahan in the corner battling away with Lowe. Came free to the line. Secord to DuPont. Here's the shot. And a weak wrist shot sailed wide. Now taken by Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky knocked down by Secord, but Fogelin able to clear, not out though. It's held in by Larmer. He threw it in front, Murray. Troy Murray couldn't pull the trigger and cleared it behind the goal. The coincidental penalties are over now. Both teams at full strength. Now it's cleared into the Oilers zone. Sutter chasing after it. He's turned around on the play. Now Larmer got to it. Steve Larmer threw it across to Bergevin. And Bergevin whacks it into the near corner, but Lee Fogelin has it there and scoops it into the Chicago zone. There's Mark Bergevin to Darryl Sutter. Sutter's pass intercepted, and Hunter dumps it into the Hog zone. 3 minutes left in the first period. We're all even at 2 apiece. Now here's Savard. He races over the line, left it for Larmer, back to Savard, moves right in. He scores! Savard on a give and go with Larmer. 3-2 Blackhawks.
What a beautiful goal. The drop pass, the fake shot, the drop pass to Larmer, back to Savard. Savard cuts in. He got to put his left leg out. The fake slap shot, the drop between the legs. It's showtime. The pass back from Larmer, and look how he put his left leg out to get his body between the Oiler defenseman and the puck, and then he slipped it through Fuhr's legs. What a play by Savard. Back from Larmer, he cuts in, the body in front of the defenseman to keep shielding the puck, and he slipped the backhand past Fuhr.
Dennis Savard's 8th goal of the playoffs, and you can put that one in the scrapbook. What a beauty. Savard's 46th of the year overall. And the Hawks back in front 3-2, but here comes Anderson. Moving over the line, centered, and Messier, a shot, he scores! To make it Puzar. Yaroslav Puzar was funny. Gregg shooting it into the Chicago zone. Going back is Jerome DuPont. Long lead for Lysiak, who deflects to Patterson. Rick Patterson tied up along the boards. Now Lysiak shoveled it in. Secord chasing after it. Come together with Gregg in the corner. Now the puck came free to the Oilers. Messier, and he races to center. Messier over the line, left it. Puzar, a shot. Bannerman the save. Rebound to Secord for Patterson. Rick Patterson on right wing. Coming over the Edmonton line. He left it for Lysiak. Lysiak moving into the far corner. Centered one, bounced free to the line. Bergevin, the shot. Oh, he just missed the far post as Fuhr is hurt. Now the rebound in front, and the play has been stopped. Grant Fuhr looked very awkward as Bergevin shot from the top of the near circle. Fuhr was coming out. It looked like he fell down awkwardly as the puck clearly had him beat, but just barely missed the far post.
From the left point, almost went in. He had the whole side of the net, and it just slid wide.
Isiek came off the ice.
See Fuhr here pull up. No one touched him. He's just off balance. He was way out of the net, moving to his right on the shot.
Well, Frazier was in the neighborhood, but it's certainly the right of Fuhr. 2 minutes to go in the first period. All even at 3. Now the draw, Kurt Frazier, centered one. Just too far for Olczyk in front. Now Olczyk moving and shoots. They score! Frazier tipped it in! 4-3 in favor of the Blackhawks on Kurt Frazier's deflection.
It's also very important and critical in the late stages of a period. The Hawks have been winning more and more faceoffs in this series. Came across, Olczyk got it from Troy Murray, and he spun around and slid it across the front of Fuhr. And Frazier just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Olczyk, who has a goal, sets up this one, the pass across, and Frazier just right there to put it into the empty net. And the Hawks again with a 1-goal lead. It's a 4-3 Chicago lead with 1:43 remaining.
Well, we mentioned earlier Olczyk didn't have a point in the series. Kurt Frazier didn't either. And now he has scored a goal. Frazier's 6th of the playoffs, 31st of the year. Olczyk and Troy Murray will get the assists at 18-17. Back to the play. Here's Kevin Lowe at his own line. Patterson gave him a rough ride, but it's cleared to Lee Fogelin. Now Messier. Messier lost it at the Hawk line. Isiek has it there. They flipped it ahead, and we're going to have a penalty coming up on the Oilers. We have had 3 goals scored in just over a minute. In fact, 1 minute and 12 seconds to be exact. The Hawks have scored 2 of them. And now Chicago will go to the power play as Lee Fogelin is sent off.
Fogelin gets a penalty for slashing at 18:47, and the Hawks go on the power play.
Meanwhile, Kurt Frazier's goal from Olczyk and Troy Murray at 18-17. And now the Hawks have a chance to get some breathing room on the power play. But they're 0 for 10 in the series so far. There's Ben Wilson in his own zone. He's having trouble. Now Hunter trying to take it away. They wrestle on the boards, and it's held there. And a whistle with 1 minute to go. Having an interview with one of the great ex-Blackhawks, Dennis Hull. I hope you guys can get through that without laughing too much. Here's Bob Murray coming to center. He dumps it in. Around to the near side. Bouncing loose to Ben Wilson. Wilson along the boards to Savard. Back to Wilson, the shot, knocked down in front, rebound, they scramble, Larmer, back to the line for Ben Wilson at the near point. Along the board, Savard. Dennis Savard, half a minute for the period. Now he's centered one, right on, but they score! Fuhr made the original save, and then Secord banged in the rebound. 5-3 in favor of the Blackhawks.
Well, Savard up high at the left point. Got it to the front of the net. It was right on. Fuhr made the initial save. Secord, who was in front screening Fuhr, was able to corral the puck and then turn and shoot and beat Fuhr to the short side, which happened to be his glove hand. It might have gone in off the post. It certainly did. The Hawks with a 5-3 lead. They finally get their first power play goal against Edmonton in this series in 4 games, and what a big goal it is in the last minute of the first period.
Al Secord's 6th goal of the playoffs, 21st of the year. Now here's the puck back of the Oiler goal, 12 seconds for the period. It's cleared to center ice. Dupont has it there. Scoops it into the Edmonton zone. Taken by Messier. He threw it to center ice. And the whistle sounds with a second to go in the first period. When they drop the puck and make this period official, this will have been the highest scoring first period in a playoff game, the highest scoring period in a playoff game that the Hawks have ever been involved in. 8 goals scored between the two teams. That's a Blackhawk record. Along the boards for Semenko. Dave Semenko to Curry. Bounced it in front, but Bannerman steers it away. Now Semenko in the corner. Big Dave Semenko centered one. Kurt Frazier in good position to steal that. Away to Olczyk. Ed Olczyk lost it as he came to the line. Now Melnick battling on the boards and shot it into the Hawk zone, but right to Ben Wilson. Wilson for Olczyk, who deflects it to the Oiler line, and Gretzky is there. And now behind the play, we got Olczyk being jumped by an Oiler player. Olczyk got in a couple of rights, now another right. Now they're slugging it out. Olczyk and Melnick, and down they go. Eddie Olczyk and Larry Melnick exchanging several raining blows at each other. When I first spotted the action, it appeared that Melnick was after Olczyk from behind. And now the players are pulled apart with a score. 5-2 or 5-3 Chicago. We're early in period 2. We'll be right back.
Number 16, Eddie Olczyk. 2 minutes for high sticking, 5 minutes for fighting.
So there you heard the penalties at the 38-second mark. Coincidental penalties, 7 minutes each to Melnick and Olczyk.
Well, Olczyk really surprising me there on that goal. It's been in maybe 1 or 2 altercations in his rookie year, but that was the first time he's really had to go toe-to-toe with an opponent, and he did quite well. But it all started right in front of
the Oiler line. Lysiak and Messier square them up. There's the draw to the Oilers. Ball Coffey on the near side. Now cleared to center, and Huddy. Charlie Huddy, who was acquired as a free agent, dumps it in. Now it came in behind the goal. Messier, or I should say Puzar, after it there. Poked it to the near side. Lysiak battling with Anderson. They wrestle around. Puck kicked loose. Messier lost it behind the net. Now Anderson after it. He took a dive, but referee Hogarth didn't buy that. Into the corner it goes. Oilers forechecking nicely. Centering pass. It deflected off of DuPont a couple of feet wide of the net. Cleared around to the near side. Coffey holding it in. Then lost it to Lysiak. Now away to DuPont. Jerome DuPont feeding Patterson over the line. Patterson shoots one. Pure! I think he just got a tiny piece of that with his right arm. Ben Wilson whacked it in front. Patterson couldn't redirect that. Now Huddy starts back to Puzar. Puzar over the Chicago line. Moving into the corner. He centered one, and Ben Wilson steals that. He cleared it to center ice, and now a stop in the play. Might have been an offside call, or maybe a 2-line pass that nobody could hear the whistle.
After the whistle, McClellan having words with Ben Wilson, trying to goad him into another fight probably. Say they're, and the Oilers, it seems to be their game plan maybe to get Ben Wilson involved in a few altercations, knowing that the Hawks are shorthanded defensively.
5-3, Hawks. There's Lee Fogelin in his own zone. Fogelin on the far side, headmans to center ice, and Lindstrom dumps it in. Dennis Savard is back, clearing to the near side, held in by Lindsman. Here's a shot. Now we are going to have a penalty coming up. A couple of Oiler players really took a run at Steve Larmer, and I think McClellan will be sent off here with a score 5-3.
His second penalty of the hockey game for high sticking at 2:10.
Face-off will be at center ice, taken by Kevin Lowe. Lowe turning into his own end, wasting a little time, and then shot it into Chicago territory. Going back is Bob Murray. Now Murray to Dennis Savard, who gave it back to Murray. He cleared it to Boyd at center. Randy Boyd shooting it into the corner, took a crazy hop off the glass, right back to Boyd. Now he shot it into the near corner. Bob Murray to the far corner, and Savard for Secord in there. Secord to Savard, far side. Now into the circle he goes, centered one, it didn't get through. Now Larmer moving back to the line with it. Larmer trying to center it, whacked it into the corner. Secord after it there, lost control, and here's Savard back of the net. Savard battling with Lee Fogel, and then Lowe took it away and cleared it, and it just did squirt free to center right over Bob Murray's stick. A minute left on the Hawk power play. Deep in his own zone is Steve Larmer. Larmer gave it away to Messier. His shot blocked by Bob Murray. Now Boyd. Here's Randy Boyd to Bob Murray. Shoots it across, and it deflects off a stick into the Chicago. Draw to O'Callahan. Gave it to Ben Wilson back of the goal. Now there will be time for just one more power play rush. Wilson to O'Callahan at center. He shoots it in, and Troy Murray was offside on the play.
Well, the Hawks had the one power play goal late in the first period at 1935, but this power play here, not very effective at all. No shots on Grant Fuhrer, and only 21 seconds remaining on the man advantage situation.
Face off outside the Edmonton line. 20 seconds for the Hawk power play. The draw to the Oilers, and they shoot it down all the way. Here's O'Callahan. Jack O'Callahan cleared it to Lysiak at center. He walks over the line, fought off a check, rolled it to the far side, but Gretzky is there. Couldn't get it out, though. Huddy in the corner. He took a hit. Lysiak trying to dig it out, and the Oilers able to hold it. And as the whistle sounds, the Edmonton penalty is over in both teams. So now he's over by the Hawk bench. Is he going to tell Bob Pulford who to put out there now or what?
Pulford spent a lot of time in Los Angeles. Some good acting there on his part, and then all of a sudden he threw a bunch of players on the ice to really confuse Hogarth.
Face-off will be to the right of Fuhrer. It's Lysiak, Savard, and Patterson out there. Dennis will come off for a change as soon as he can. Now everybody getting ready. Here's the draw. Control by the Oilers. Here's Paul Coffey to Kruzhelnyski. He shot it into the Blackhawks zone. Now here's Lumley chasing after it. He and Sutter collide heavily on the boards. We'll have a penalty coming up. A penalty against the Oilers, I believe, is Dave Lumley in only his second shift of the game. Now he takes a poke at Sutter. Now somebody hit Lumley. Somebody's stick came up and got Lumley, I believe. Although I don't think it was Sutter's stick. Lumley was going to get a penalty anyway for elbowing Sutter. Then he tried to goad the Hawk captain into coming into the penalty box with him and poked him right in the noggin. And then somebody's stick came up and clipped Lumley, but he's all right with the score. 5-3 Chicago. Back to tell you about the penalties in a moment.
Once upon a time, turbocharging, convertible, automatic overdrive, and excitement were just car words. Well, hold on if you can to the 135 horsepower Toyota Extra Cab SR5 Turbo. Reach for the sky in a Toyota 4Runner with removable roof and room for 5. Or go for a Sunday drive in the only 4x4 with electronically controlled automatic overdrive.
Well, I don't believe this call. A penalty was going to be called on the Oilers originally for high sticking. And then Lumley and Sutter got involved in an altercation. Kruzhelnyski was going to get a high sticking penalty. Well, Lumley and Darryl Sutter right there. That wasn't the penalty call. The penalty call was on high sticking for Krushelnyski originally, but after the whistle, Sutter went over to have words with Lumley because of that hit. Again, Lumley should have gotten an interference penalty. He wasn't going to get a penalty for that. It was the high stick by Krushelnyski in the other corner.
Number 26, Mike Krushelnyski, 2 minutes for high sticking. Blackhawk penalty, number 27, Darryl Sutter, a double minor, 4 minutes for roughing. And
oh, I don't believe that call. Why does he get 4 minutes for doing the same thing Lumley did? And Lumley's the one who initiated.
What's he supposed to do? Lumley poked him right in the nose. Stand there and say thank you?
That's a ridiculous call there. That's an even or upper.
Well, you talked about the linesman playing things closely. I think there's an example of a referee evening things out, and when in doubt, don't give anybody too many power play opportunities. The other team will blame you for the loss. The Hawks now have 4 skaters against 3, but after this, the Oilers are going to have a power play. Here's Dennis Savard. He works it over the line. Savard weaving to the far point. Hanging on there. Savard to the slot. Shoots one. That hits somebody in front and deflects way up into the crowd. Steve Larmer and Savard out there, along with Bob Murray, as his 4 players. Here's the puck cleared down to the Hawk zone. Now Bob Murray starts out. Murray moves to center, puts it on Savard's stick over the line. His pass deflected back to center ice. Now Larmer steps in. Center with Savard right in. Hit the goal post. Savard was right in off a great feed and hit the post. Now Troy Murray in the deep slot. Murray gave it to Bob Murray. He moves to the far side and Savard on the far board. Side of the net for Troy Murray. He walks back to the far point with it. Now gave it away to Coffey. Here's Coffey. 2-on-2 moving over the line against Murray, and Troy Murray took it away. 45 seconds for the Hawk power play. Troy Murray gets it over the line, rolled it to Larmer. Larmer back to Bob Murray at the line. Now again to Larmer near side. Here's Bob Murray again at the blue line. To the far point and Savard. Savard into the corner. Moved it back to Murray. Bounced over his stick. He couldn't shoot. Now Larmer. Larmer centered it. Savard, the drive blocked at the defense. Far point. Across to Jack O'Callahan. Into the circle. Back to Wilson at the line. Shooting. It didn't get through. Came to the near corner and Lowe. Kevin Lowe clears it down all the way. Now that'll do it for the Oiler penalties now. Both players back on the ice, and Edmonton has a power play, 5 skaters against 4. Ben Wilson, a long shot from center. Fuhr handles that to Lowe. Here's Kevin Lowe moving to center. He dumps one in. Bannerman back of the net. Put it over to the far side. Gretzky has it there. Center one. Deflects out to the line. Coffey shoots one. He hit the side of the net. Rebounding to the near board. Messier. Mark Messier on the near side. At the line with it. Threw it into the corner. Krushelnyski cuts right in. Rolled it through the goal crease. Nobody home for the Oilers. Now Gretzky back of the net. Kicked it loose. Centered one. They flail away at the side of the goal. Now Messier in behind. Lost it to Ludzik. Then Gretzky bumped him in the corner. They wrestle around and Ludzik wants to freeze it. Having trouble doing it. Now he does. Ludzik and Gretzky are grabbing each other, and all the other players gather around right in the corner.
And what happens there, the face-off will automatically go out the outside of the Hawk blue line as all the defensemen came in past the dot. As soon as Ludzik puts a glove on Gretzky, the whole Oiler team came to his defense. So Ludzik with some hard work, trying to freeze the puck. He was down trying to freeze it. Gretzky took a poke at him with the stick to try to spring it loose. He took a bit of a swing at Gretzky, and everyone came in, so the face-off goes outside the blue line.
The other season he had 196.
Here's how it is. You see the whack by Ludzik after he was hit on the hands probably by Gretzky's attempt to spring the puck loose.
Indeed, the draw now outside the Chicago zone. A minute left. on the Edmonton power play. 12.5 for the second period. 5-3 in favor of the Blackhawks. Here's the draw. Cleared to the Oiler end. Taken by Messier. Mark Messier now wheels out of his own zone. Messier moving over the Hawk line. Lost it to Ludzik. Now Troy Murray clears it down all the way. Paul Coffey racing back for the Oilers. Coffey moving over the line. Brings it around to the far corner. Gretzky after it there, lets it go, and Patterson took a hack at it and cleared to center. 20 seconds for the Edmonton power play. Here's Glenn Anderson. He rolled it over the line, chasing after it himself to the corner. Dupont bumped him there. Bob Murray took it away. Couldn't get it out. Coffey, a long shot. Right on, and a save by Bannerman, who dives and covers it up with Anderson flailing away after the loose puck. The boards, Ludzik tied up, but he's able to kick it loose to center. And now the Hawk penalty is over. Both teams back at full strength. There's Ludzik, but a two-line pass stops the play.
Well, that, as you mentioned, an important sequence. The Hawks hitting the goalpost while they had the man advantage.
Page on Paul Coffey. If you want to know who the keys to this team are, you just have a look at that scouting report. And Nielsen will let you know. Now here's O'Callahan able to clear to center ice. Fogelin shot it back into the Hawk zone, but this will be icing as Ben Wilson puts the touch on it. 11 minutes to go in the middle period. Chicago 5, Edmonton 3. Back to the stadium in a moment. In the stadium, face off to the right of Fuhr. After an 8-goal first period between these teams, we've played half of the second. Nobody's been able to score in this period so far.
I hope no one scores the rest of the night.
Here's the draw right to Ben Wilson. His shot didn't get through. Now taken by Kevin McClellan, just 22 years old. McClellan cleared it over the line. Here's a shot, and Kruzhelnyski missed the net. Now Bannerman at the side of the goal will cover it up. And again, some pushing and shoving around the Hawk goal. Boy, how'd you side, and Larmer able to clear it into the Oilers zone. Lee Fogelin